Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Gene Del Sala, president of Audioholics.
And I'm Hugo Rivera, vice president of marketing. Gene, today we should cover the topic of headsets because we've been covering headsets lately, and a lot of people are asking, well, there are many different types out there, so they want to know what are the pros and cons for these kind of types.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Let's do a basic overview. We actually have an article on our site. You can link up to this video. It gets a little bit more detail than what we're going to do in the video. But let's cover all the various types. I laid out some headphones here. So let's start with the first ones. These are called circumaural, or over the ear. Okay. Then over here we have the supraaural, and those are on ear.
Got it.
And then, of course, we have the InEar headphones, and they come in two types as well. They have in-ear, and then they have the ones that just kind of stick on your ear, not quite in it, like the ones you get with your iPhone or portable device. So
in layman terms, basically, these ones go ahead and cover your whole ear here. This one's kind of like pressed against them.
Yeah.
And then these ones obviously just go inside.
They go inside, exactly. And, there's pros and cons to each. So if you want to talk about that, I think we should address each one separately.
Yeah, definitely. Let's start with these guys over here.
Okay, these are kind of the audiophile headphones. These are the over the ear. They completely cover your ear, like you said. And they come in two flavors. They come in open back and closed back. Now, the two we have here, one from Oppo and one from Sennheiser, are open back. And the thing about open back that I like is because the speaker actually radiates outside of the headphone as well as inside, it creates a more natural sound. It's not as isolated, it's not as in your head kind
Makes
of.
sense.
So it's more open, more natural. The disadvantage there is it doesn't isolate. Obviously, people are going to hear your music if they're sitting next to you or even across the room.
You share the wealth.
You share the wealth. And you're also going to hear more ambient noise too. So if you have a loud mother-in-law in the next room, you're going to hear that. So you typically audiophile headphones. You do it with private listening. You do it when you're in your office. You do it when you're in an isolated area that you could just enjoy a low noise floor environment. And you can really approach the fidelity of a really high-quality two-channel system with these.
Yeah, I think we covered that in the Oppo review, right?
Yeah, the PM1s and the PM2s.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing I like about these headphones, too, is they tend to be the most comfortable.
Yeah,
because they're not pressing against your ear, they're over your ear. And like these two examples, the Sennheisers and the Oppos, I mean, I could wear them all day long. And you did it, too.
Yeah,
you don't
I
get
remember.
Ear fatigue.
No, not at all. Not at all. And the fidelity was just absolutely great.
Yeah.
Really
these are the best of the best. If you have the budget, because they tend to be more expensive, if you have, the storage capability, because they are bigger, and you don't care so much about the noise isolation, and you're just more into the fidelity of the experience, you go with these, the over the ear, and preferably the open back.
Okay. So now, what can you tell us about these guys here?
Well, these are the on ears, like we said before. They don't physically go over the ear, they press into your ear. And they offer them an open back and closed back, same kind of disadvantages and advantages of each. You could get good fidelity out of them, they're just not as comfortable typically.
Obviously,
they press against the ear. I can't wear those as long as I could wear an over the ear one.
Yeah, same here, obviously.
Yeah, but I'm not discounting them. There's still some great models out there. They tend to be a little less pricey. So if you're a little bit more budget conscious and you don't want something that's quite as bulky, then this could be a good option. Again, if you want more noise isolation, you go with the ones that are closed back. You also get a little bit more bass response typically from the closed back because it's it's all isolated going into your ear rather than floating out around you. But again, the audiophile experience typically wants open back.
Right, exactly.
You don't want total isolation with a headphone typically. I mean, because the stereo separation is too artificial. You'd like to have a little crosstalk to give it a more natural, real sound.
Yes, of course, to sound like you're listening from some speakers as opposed to
Yeah, and some microphone preamps, like I have the Headroom one, it has a crosstalk feature built in, so you can actually
that's interesting.
You can actually make the amplifier measure worse and add crosstalk, but when you have an isolation headphone like that, when I turn that crosstalk switch on, it does make it sound a little more natural. So in this case, making the amplifier measurement worse actually helps to improve the experience if you have isolation headphones.
That's pretty interesting. So now let's go ahead and cover these guys here.
Well, these are the in-ears. I didn't have any of the ones that go on the ear from the iPads or the iPhones because I usually ditch those. But these...
I'm surprised.
Yeah. These, you just kind of roll them a little bit like you would with an earplug. You stick them in your ear, one on each side, and they acoustically coupled to your ear. They provide a lot of noise isolation, like the RBH ones, for example, with the foam tips, and even with the comply tips. You really can't hear what's going on around you. It really provides. It's almost like having noise canceling, but it's passive noise canceling. It's not active with a DSP.
Right.
So the advantage to these is they're very portable. They're small. They're generally inexpensive unless you get some of these higher end ones. They get a little bit more spendy, but still not like an Openback or an on-ear or an over-ear. And yeah, I mean, these are the headphones that dominate the market because everybody wants portability.
Yes, of course. Especially today that people are listening, to music, unfortunately, from their phones and things like that,
Yeah.
So.
And now we have Bluetooth ones, and the Bluetooth technology has gotten incredible. You don't need the wire anymore, which is amazing. This is a recent development because you go back 5-6 years ago, we didn't have Bluetooth as matured as a technology as it is today.
Yeah, now the algorithms permit a lot of stuff.
Wider bandwidth, more efficient coding, and the DSP that's left over could be used to equalize the headphones, the actual speaker mechanism to make them sound better.
Yeah, kudos to the engineers for figuring all that stuff out because the first Bluetooth things that I used, they left a lot to be desired.
It's like AM radio or something.
Best case scenario, yes.
Yeah.
So.
And while we're talking about DSP processing, you can get active noise canceling headphones. I mean, Bose is like one of the first few that started that. PSB has a really nice noise canceling headphone active as well. There's some pros and cons to those. The pros are it actually inverts the noise that's around you to give you a much lower noise floor to isolate you, like if you're on an airplane and you want to get rid of all that background noise. There's a penalty. It adds actual noise to the experience, so you're not going to have as much fidelity when that active circuit's kicked in. And it uses more battery life, so if you're doing portable headphones, you're going to suck that battery life up when you turn those active circuits on.
Awesome. Well, Gene, I think that's a pretty comprehensive explanation over here. For people that don't know about these differences, so thank you for that.
Yeah, let us know, what's your preference? What kind of headphones do you guys listen to out there? I'm kind of curious to see what people say.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and comment below over there. And I think with that, Gene, I also want to invite people to go ahead and subscribe to our channel for videos like this one. Then click thumbs up and share the video with others. And definitely let us know what headphones are you using and also what kind of other videos you'd like to see from us. And until next time, keep listening.